What's up, guys? Brendan from Market Makers, your home for Wyckoff and Fibonacci TA. Guys, take a brief second, smash the like button for me because according to YouTube, this is the worst time to release a video. I would like to keep the video alive in the algorithm for our friends in the other countries. When they wake up, they will see this in their video playlist. All right, guys, we're going to talk about what my thumbnail says, 74 and 98K targets. Why are we talking about that when all the markets are selling off? Well, a couple of reasons. The markets react like a rubber band, okay? Right now they are overstretched. They're going to snap back. They're going to bounce back and test those key support areas that are now resistance areas. And I'm a big believer in the Gann market cycle, okay? Gann said this year would be the beginning of the battle of the bulls and boars, he called it, okay? Bulls and boars, bulls and bears. He predicted last year in his market cycle would be a bull run. Clearly it was. The SPX returned 30%. The average annualized return for the SPX, by the way, is 10%. So I do think more severe corrections and a crash is coming at some point, but I think it's too early in the year still, okay? The markets are irrational. We all know they're overvalued. We all know the Fed has printed 40% of the money that's in our current money supply has been printed since COVID. So tomorrow I'm going to release my pro trades video. I'm going to cover those other markets, the NDX, the SPX, the events that happen and where I think they're going, okay? But this video, we're going to focus on Bitcoin and we're going to focus on these two key upside projections. I'm going to show you confluences of how we get there. So this is the overall layout of Wyckoff. You guys have seen this many times in my video series. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but right here, accumulation. This is where we are. This is why we're going to be looking at these upside targets. Let's go to the Navarro. I'm going to show you guys how we can get to 74K and how you can get there realistically, not just pulling a number out of my hat, okay? So I showed you before of the trend-based fib. I've showed you all the key numbers of the trend-based fib. Let's go ahead and do this. Trend-based fib from the market low to the current all-time high, down to this current candle. If this current candle is indeed potentially our base, look at your one fib. You see the 73,263? Let me show you a pattern here, okay? This is a pattern, and let me draw it. We're going to do market low, current all-time high to the current candle. This is at 886,113. 113, 1129 is the actual number. Oh, there we go, 113. Look at the confluence here. You see the confluence of this? This pattern gets you to 73,827. The one fib's at 73,263. This is utilizing two different Fibonacci methods. But guys, you can get to this number several different ways. One of these ways, let me show you, is with a pitchfork, okay? So for our pitchfork, we can draw this a bunch of different ways. But let's just go ahead and do the beginning of the bull run. Pull this up some. X point of the pattern, beginning of the bull run, previous all-time high, to the current market low. Let's zoom in and expand this. Show you some key points here for Fibonacci confluence, okay? Look at your baseline here. You see the blue line? Price is literally resting on it. See the 0.5 retracement in the pitchfork? It's your resistance line. You see the heart line of the pitchfork? And then look at your ceiling. Your ceiling is right in line with the point D of the pattern, which is in line with the one fib, okay? So again, this is one tool set. This is Fibonacci. A lot of confluence here in this 72 or 73 to 74, 75K area for a move. We have a lot of resistance above us. We went over that in yesterday's video, laid out the EMAs. We showed exactly where price could pivot. So guys, you can watch that video and the video before it. I want to show you something else in market symmetry, okay? Because market symmetry, the market moves in patterns, it moves in waves. Check this out. Let me go ahead and get rid of this pitchfork, free up some of this noise here. All right. I showed you guys previously, you guys know this, I'm just going to show you one example, okay? We have our fib retracement from our down thrust candle and reaccumulation to our up thrust candle, which is the previous all-time high. We know that's the one fib that we held, and we held this in every accumulation box until we lost it with this big red candle, right? Market symmetry. But let's do this. Let's do a measured move. Let's measure a move from the down thrust candle with the ruler up to the up thrust candle. It says 124.8, let's just call it 125, okay? 125% move. And then let's drag this over to the current all-time high is 139. You see that? So 139 plus, or 139 minus 125 is 14, right? So we can just add 14 to this, which gives us 153. So go to 153 on this move. Look where you're at on the line, literally on the line. You did one fib. You are at 153%, which is the difference between the two previous wave moves of 14% included in there, and you're sitting at 73 to 63. Isn't that incredible? So there's a lot of confluence here of market symmetry and Fibonacci to get you to this 73, 74, 75K area. And you guys are going to ask in the comments, I'll go ahead and show you. If you did flip the one fib, this is a weekly time frame looking at large wave projections, your 1618 is 98,197. Do you see that? That's your 1618. And guys, if the markets just want bananas for whatever reason, they keep stimulus going, whatever it takes, the 2618 would be 138, okay? But again, realistically, as a trader, I'm looking at 73, 74K if we do go bullish, because we are in accumulation and these markets start snapping back and buying back and getting back towards their all-time highs, possibly making new highs. You're going to see Bitcoin find this number if that does happen, okay? If those markets turn bullish again, you're going to see Bitcoin find that 73, 74K number. There's too much market symmetry, too much Fibonacci. By the way, the same on the downside. If everything goes bad, there's a ton of confluence we've been over on this downside target as well, okay? So I'm looking at confluences for patterns, for Fibonacci and market symmetry. They're all pointing to that 73, 74K area. So that's just really, really interesting to know. Guys, let's go ahead and look at the daily time frame. So yesterday's video, we talked a little bit about Astro Finance. Guys, check this out. So this is a trend, this is a fib time, right? You've seen me use this before. The trend-based fib time. We're going to do our wave, the same wave we've done to get projections with the trend-based fib. We're going to do it with the fib time. Look what I found. I got to show you this. So look at this, where we're at. Hold on, let me expand this so you guys can see a little bit better. Pull this up. See the 382 right here? Look at the date. You see the date at the bottom of my screen? February 2nd. Okay, so 2/2/22 is a pivot point potentially for price. That's a 382 fib, okay? February 2nd. So we could see a pivot on that day or the candle afterwards, starting a new trend, just like we've seen many times before when we hit this fib time pivot points. Very, very interesting that that happens on 2/2/22. Just, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame, see if we can get some hints what's going on here. Guys, as you can see, we are clearly in Wyckoff. We are clearly in accumulation, judging by the hallmark steps. Again, we have our selling climax candle, long shadow here, okay? We established our ceiling, established our base. We had our down thrust and our spring, strong sign of strength. We had our buying climax candle. We established a new trading range as denoted here with our DARVAS box. This is the LPS, the last point of support. This is when you're going to get candles up and down, and at some point you're supposed to break out in accumulation, okay? And again, if it fails, that's when you roll down, and if you lose your trading range that you established down here and you start losing your lows, you're going on to make new lows. But for now, you deal with the market the way that it is, which is why we're looking at upside projections. And the market right now for Bitcoin is telling me it is in bullish accumulation, holding this range beautifully, okay? Let's look at some of our key indicators here for price. Let's check out Ichi, see if we're battling the cloud at all. We just now start testing the cloud, as you can see. We got between our moving averages. Oh, this is something interesting, though. Let's look at this really quickly. All right, do you guys see what's happening here with Ichi? Look how big and fat this cloud is. Big, fat cloud, right? A lot of resistance. Remember, Ichi's a visual indicator for resistance. What's happening here? Look at this. The longer we stay up in this elevated price like this, price stays up here, the resistance is weakening. Why is that? Every time you test resistance to support, you're filling orders, okay? You're filling orders, whether it's long, shorts, people buying, selling, it's all supply and demand, guys. And in this case, just like on a low volume weekend, resistance is weakening the longer you stay up here, okay? Again, accumulation is occurring, okay? Accumulation is occurring, and this is where you could potentially see a breakout What day would this be? February 2nd, where I drew this line. This is February 2nd in this range of the thinner cloud with that potential pivot point. So really excited to see what happens on that day, guys. Let's go ahead and pop that off here, take that off. Let's check out our caterpillar for volatility on the 4-hour time frame. People are asking about this indicator, guys. Type in Donovan Wall. Just type in DW. This indicator is called RSVVB. Okay, this is a reverse engineered RSI. He's one of my favorite programmers. I got a lot of his indicators. So you have a median line here in the caterpillar. You have a median line here, and this functions the same way as Bollinger Bands. It tightens up like this when you get an explosive move. And when it tightens up like this, that means your volatility is very low. I trade with a lot of volatility indicators, okay? And look what's happening. You're tunneling up. See the mouth getting narrower? So this thing, again, maybe it comes out to February 2nd, and we'll see where this gets to. But if this thing starts getting really constricted and really tight, we're going to be looking for a move. And again, that date would be like right in this area right here. Okay, so let's see what happens if we keep contracting and getting a smaller and smaller move here, or smaller and smaller. What's the word I'm looking for? Smaller and smaller price moves, low volatility, and we keep contracting this caterpillar up. And let's see if we explode up or if we explode down. Guys, we'll keep our eyes on it. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. Please go ahead and smash the like button like I said. Guys, check out the room. The link is in the Discord description. Love to see you guys there. Check out our sponsor, BitGet. No VPN, no KYC, extremely liquid exchange. All right, guys, this is a late night. It's almost 10 o'clock for me. So tomorrow, another video, pro trade video coming out. And I might even put out a bonus video just for you guys so you guys can see some of the TA and type of stuff that we do in our room if that interests you. All right, guys, have a fantastic evening. Talk soon.